Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to Villan and Noir. Um, so obviously it's Noir Villan, it's Julian here. I want to thank you for watching this video. This is my reaction after the Brentford Carabao Cup third round tie. Literally, I think the game probably finished maybe 5 minutes ago. I've not long finished my live stream. I want to thank everybody that came on to the live stream. And yeah, my mood's just not there. I actually have no words for what I just witnessed. It was a better performance than what we've seen before. However, this is Aston Villa that were fighting for Champions League last year. This is Aston Villa that were, for the last 3 seasons, been playing at a top level. You know, teams like Brentford weren't even in our sight. I know this is not the Premier League; it's the cup competition, but it's the League Cup. This is one of the ones that we should be trying to win. You know, silverware is a must, I believe. You know, in this season. You know, if it's not, then I think Emery really, if he lasts that long, this is, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. You know, everything about that penalty shootout to me, in terms of the personnel, the order, you know, I've never known John McGinn to be a penalty taker, and that's no slight to him. He's our captain. He does his job. He works hard for our team, but I've never known him to be a penalty taker. You know, okay, Emmy and Ollie, they've been penalty takers, and I've seen them take penalties for us. Cash. And all of a sudden, he's our set piece guy as well. I'm starting to lose the amount of words for him. You know, I've had to calm down. You know, I said in my last video on Saturday that I can't let this team raise my heart rate too high. I didn't even check my heart rate at the end of the game. I don't even want to know what it was, because I was fuming. And if you saw you would have seen on the stream how vexed I was. Obviously, what I will say, we're nearly at 50 subscribers, so let's get there. But also, how this week's going to pan out in terms of my content. You know, I'm going to put this out. It will be Wednesday when this drops. Thursday, I will do my midweek mashup, and in that, I'll do a bit more of a deep dive on how we played against Brentford, and actually also look back at Everton as well, and hopefully maybe compare the two, and then look forward to the Sunday against Sunderland. What I will say in my reaction, there were glimpses of what we could be. There were glimpses of the team that could really cause problems in attack. You know, there was a little bit more of a zip about the ball and movement, especially in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the first half. And, you know, after we got the goal, you know, we scored. Thank God we scored. We scored. But again, we scored, but it's in vain now. We lost out the cup. You know, I haven't even stayed on the coverage to hear what Unai Emery has to say, and I'm not interested. This man needs to change. The fortunes need to change immediately. You know, his substitutions didn't make any sense to me. Harvey Elliott was easily our most involved player, from what I could see anyway, especially going forward. And he took him off and put Morgan Rogers on. I would have loved to see them both together, along with Sancho. Gisand looks like a waste of money. Can't hold the ball, can't dribble, can't beat defenders. Just looks like a waste of money to me. 35 mil, I believe, down the drain again. Emmy Buendia, you know, he's good for what he's not he's not the player that we need. I'm literally lost for words, and I thought I would have more words by now, but I'm lost for words as to how we lost that game. Brentford, shout out to them. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish, brilliant volley from their player. I can't remember his name. And to be honest, we were quite fortuitous with the goal that we scored, but I'm glad we scored. Defensively, I think Conte had a good game. I know I've been critical of him. He had a good game in the main. I think Matson had a decent game, and I think he's done enough to start on Sunday. But we need to work out how. You could see that him and Sancho haven't had much time together, but you can see their willingness to want to do some interplay. I think Bogart did a good job, but he's not Kamara and he's not Tielemans. It's very clear. McGinn, again, solid performance. I think, and this is hard for me to say about my captain, he does everything well, but I don't think he does anything great. You know, his work rate is amazing and he can shield the ball. But if you can shield the ball, but the only thing you can do with that is pass it sideways or backwards, then I'm struggling. You know, we need some players that are going to play on the half turn, man. That's what separates top teams, man. That your deep lying centre midfielder is able to pivot and take people out of the game with movement. Guys, you can see how dejected I am. Yeah, so out of the Carabao Cup, currently sitting 19th in the Premiership, we have to win on Sunday. It's an away game. Sunderland, you know, they just come up, they're buoyant, but we have to win. If we don't win, I think the calls for Unai are gonna get loud. Very, very important next few days, next 2 weeks for him. You know, this gap now up until the international break in the middle of October, huge for him. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, thank you. I wanted to give a more, pretty much a direct response, or for you to be able to view my immediate thoughts. But I will do a more detailed breakdown for you to see on Thursday. Once I've calmed down and once I've looked at the stats. But yeah, thanks guys. I have to be like this because I'll just get mad. And if anyone watched the stream, you'll see how. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. Thank you guys. This has been Noir Villan. This is my match reaction. I hope you join me for midweek mashup tomorrow, and we'll go from there. All right. God bless. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let's get to that 50 mark ASAP and then move towards the 100. And yeah, appreciate you all at the Villa. Peace.